welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a very exciting video. We are doing my full K-pop photocard binder flip through. I will say I was supposed to watch back my one from last year, just like for me to visually see the changes, but I did not have time and we are just going to do this now. What I did do last year, and I will do again this year, is I am going to include a photocard count. I will be counting all photocard sized items that are not like clear cards or like little magnet stickers, basically like things that look like photo cards. I will be counting. So not postcards or anything like that, but we are going to be going through. I will put right here the amount of photo cards I had last year. And I will, at the end of this video, we will see how many I have this year. I'm going to give a count after every binder I close. I'll show on the screen how many photo cards were in that binder, and then we'll do a final count at the end. I think we're gonna have a lot more photo cards this year because this is the year I finished my The Boys photocard collection, which like genuinely is just so many photo cards. So yes, but obviously we are starting here with my Sangyeon broadcast mouse pad because this is what I put on my table whenever I don't know how to start a video. I need something on the background. But we did have Sangyeon and Wonwoo leave this year for the military. They are going to be coming back. Actually, Sangyeon comes back this year. Wonwoo technically comes back next year, like in January. We did get Monsta X back. We got ace back. There have been some struggles this year, obviously, but I hope we can look at my photo cards and just enjoy like the lovely array of groups that I collect, because I do love a lot of K-pop groups. The Boys are my top group, but my old groups are The Boys, ateez, Stray Kids, 17, and piwon Harmony, and then Twice. But I love so many groups, so I hope you guys enjoy. As always, as I think every creator says, like, this is not me like bragging about how many photo cards I have. I like to watch these videos that other people post, and I also like to see my progress, and a lot of you guys in the comments are really nice and encouraging about the progress I've made on my collection, so I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into the video. So before we start, guys, truly I apologize. There is a lighting glare on the top left photo card of my pages for the first like hour and a half. I'm truly so sorry. I just like can't go back and refilm. It would just be like too much for my little heart. So please, I'm so sorry. It looks bad. It will get better in the latter half, but yeah, anyway, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're starting off in my signed item binder. So the front page, these are my signed photo cards. I already have these 3. These are like a very iconic set of photo cards that I own to me. But this year I did get both of these. This was also the year of fan signs. I won, I believe it was 7 different fan signs, which is absolutely crazy. Like last year I had my Sangyeon video call, which was the first video call I ever did, which was so freaking crazy. And then I believe all the other ones I won were this year, unless there was a second one. I think Junhee was actually at the end of last year, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, we have this Junhee that I managed to get in that fan sign. My mom let me keep this, which is really nice. And I pulled this wooyoung when I went to see them on tour. I went to the pop-up store in New York with my mom, and we did like the little thing where you go around and like get stamps and stuff. And I bought like 2 of these packs, I think, or are these the ones you get when you do the stamp? I forget. And when I pulled it out and started seeing the blonde hair, I was like, shit. And I didn't even know they were signed. I didn't know that was a possibility. So I got that. The next page I'm not going to show you guys, but it does have my Polaroids on it. I do have my Polaroid when I met and took a photo with Yeonjun from SF9, so technically I could show you that, but on here I have my Eric Polaroid from my The Boys concert, I have my Sangyeon Polaroid I won for my video call, and I also have my Junhee Polaroid that I also won for my video call. So those are there. But then through here, we just have, this is kind of just like based off of group, but more just like size. So I have my S.Coups Mingyu signed postcards. I have this Sangyeon that I bought randomly, which is like a Japanese signed thing. We have my Kihyun signed piwon Harmony postcard. And then we have all of my Stray Kids signed ones that are like this size. I have my 3 Twice signed postcards. We have my Kihyun that I traded with Shy, which is very exciting. My Vernon signed postcard and my Ryujin. And then we have the 3 signed TXT postcards you got in this album. Same with these 2 for this album. Oh, 3. I have this Jaemin by Next Door. We have Intak and Soul signed for the Duh album. And I have this Chaeyoung for the most recent ateez. And then I have Sonu for Months Untold. This is like OT signed Ace from their tour. We have my Han and then whoever else I get for this size. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I ever managed to get Han for this. It looks like I didn't. These vibes are like so similar. I always think they're like the exact same era, but we do have Han for these two. And then we have woosan for this Golden Hour Part 2. And then back here I have all of my signed 17s. I have almost everyone for a signature, which is incredibly exciting. So I need like 4, I think, to actually get like all of them. But yes, that is it for this binder. So next, this is my miscellaneous boy groups and male soloists binder. So I like to collect albums of groups and soloists that I enjoy, and then I just usually keep the pulls of those albums in here. Maybe some of these have been gifts, but I'm pretty sure that I've managed to pull all of these. Anything throughout this video that has a hollow sleeve is something that has been gifted to me, which is very nice that anyone ever does that. But anyway, starting off here, we have Minhyuk from B2B. We have some woosan from the Rose. We have, oh my god, only one of, oh, they disbanded this year. That was so sad. But this song Because is so freaking good. Absolute banger. We have some Baekho. We have my card, BM that I pulled, and then the 2 photo cards you get from his tour that I saw. We have Moon Jung-up. We have Eric Nam. This is from my TVXQ album. This is my Suho from my X album. I have Mino's solo callbacks. We have a photo card from that. I have this Kai, I got the digipack of Wait On Me. And this is the photo card you got in the Shiny album Pull It Artist. And I have a copy of all these Dio albums, so I do have a Dio photo card per album. Same with Key, I have these 3, and then this was a Pob from one of them. And same with Taemin, all of the Taemin albums that I own. And again, same with Baekhyun. So we do have all my Baekhyun album photo cards. And then I love Moonbin and Sana, so we do have my pulls from my Moonbin Sana albums. And then we have our I have Chanu's first album, so we have his photo cards from that. I have all of my icons all of my icon solo releases are here. They're separated from the regular icon albums just for my brain, but we have DK's album, we have Songs It's Call, which was literally such a fun album last year. Please listen to it if you haven't. A trot song in 2024 was crazy. I have my Bobby photo cards. And then Jungwon came back from the military this year. Very exciting. He had an album release, so I got that. These are my Day 6 pulls. These are just all of the Day 6 albums that I own and my pulls from that. And then my regular icon albums. These are all of I keep BI here. I do collect BI. But his solo stuff, so that isn't a different binder, but I just kept his here because it was, you know, icon era, so all my pulls from all of their albums. I have most of their albums now, so. And the next we have Rise. So luckily he is my bias, and somehow I have all of his cards. Like, I pulled this card in the first album I bought, and then I don't know how I came across all of the rest of these. I think I joined some group orders for them, but anyway. And then we have SF9s. These are all of my SF9 pulls from all of the albums. And then I saw them on tour this year, so we have their tour Pob set. And then I collected these few at the end of this year because Youngmin is my bias, and so they're not in order. All these other ones are in order of album release, but I just stuck them back here. And then we have Treasure. These are my pulls from my Treasure albums. And then back here is like a little more random. Like, we have some B2B. We have some 2PM. We have BIP, like the renewed BIP. We have the Rose, Epic High. And then we have some Victon cards and Astro. And then Zykers, Just Be, To Us. These are from, what are they called now? New Beat, but it was like the Beat Interactive before they debuted, actually. These were like the cards they gave out at KCON. And then we have Diamond, because I bought that album when I was at KCON because I was trying to support them. We have The Wind, this is VAV, and then this Super M card. And then I own the Shax album from that hilarious K-drama, so I have my pulls back here. So those are my miscellaneous male soloist and boy group cards. And then, of course, same for the girlies. So I feel like I predominantly collect like full collections for boy groups. I have like a main Twice collection and a main ITZY collection that are exceptions to that, but I listen to like a good amount of girl group music. Like, I just don't collect, I can't find a bias in a lot of those groups, but I listen to girl group music like at least as much as I listen to boy group music. But anyway, at the front here, just like my male soloist binder, we have our female soloists. We have Hwasa. I just put Sumin here. That's Sumin, right? Sumin, not Ju. I'm pretty sure. From Card, because obviously Card is like boy and girl group, so I just put hers with the with the female soloist. Anyway, we have Chungha, all of my Chungha cards, Somi, Sunmi, and then Yena, Hyolyn, Chu, and then Eve. And we also have IU, and then BB. And then we're starting, again, this is alphabetical like the boy groups was, but we have my aespa cards from the aespa albums that I own and the ones I pulled. We have BB Girls. I love BB Girls. Yuna's my bias, so I acquired some of these this year because I love her. She's so freaking cute. Oh, we have my Blackpink cards, and I actually think I put their soloist stuff in here. So I don't know why, but that just made sense for my brain. So we have Idol. They always have such cute cards. And then Cat's Eye. Megan and Sophia are my biases in Cat's Eye. And then we have Le Seraphim. Kazuha is my bias in this group. I guess I'm pointing out Minnie is also my bias in Idol. I decided to point out some of my biases. Okay, we have some Luna miscellaneous cards. So Haeju is actually my bias in Lusemble. I was collecting her last year, but it just was annoying to find her last few cards, and then they disbanded, so I sold all of those cards away. So actually now I don't have my bias to represent here, but it's fine. So we have Lusemble, we have Artemis, and we have Luna Not Friends. And then we have New Jeans, because I used to buy every New Jeans album, and who knows what's going on with that, but I still have those cards there. And we have NMIX. I freaking love NMIX. I would say my bias is Seolyun, but like I really love so many of them, like Haewon and Ju and Kyujin. I mean, Bae, Lily, I'll just name all of them. Like they're all amazing. So I have a few cards to add in here for my next storing video, but then we have my Red Velvet cards. So Solgi is my bias in Red Velvet. So I do have a few of her solo cards, and I have the Monster album cards in here too. Then we have Stacy. I feel like Shein is my bias, but I love Stacy's music so much, so I buy all of their albums. And then another group I love so many of these groups. VV's, oh my god. Umji is my bias. I love their music. Absolutely, just like if I could collect another group, it would probably be this group. And then we have my XG cards. And at the back here, we have some extra cards. Oh, guys, crying. We have our Purple Kiss cards. Perky. Rest in power, guys. We lost a good group, guys. Ugh, but anyway, we have my old 50/50. So like original 50/50, I mean. We have High Key. We have a Triple S, because I loved this Girls Capitalism album. I have Yeonjun I pulled from my one IVE album I bought. Weekly, because this song is so iconic. After School, one of the best K-pop songs ever. And there are some WJSN, so I have the Copycat album, and then I have a few WJSN photo cards, and we also have some Kepler. So those are all of the cards for my miscellaneous girlies binder. So I'm doing all of my A5 size binders first. So next we have my ZB1 collection. So I collect Jung and Matthew, and I have like set up for their last comeback. I'm going to follow through on collecting both of them, but then I don't know what's going to happen once they actually disband. We will have to see, but I love them so much. I've seen them at KCON a few times. It's the only time I've seen them, but at least I have seen them, because I know other people haven't, because they haven't done a tour. But regardless, Jiyoung was always my bias. Like from the minute I saw that guy, I was like, oh my god. Because he looks like Junhee from ace to me, and Junhee is my bias in ace. So, and then when I was at KCON, I saw Matthew and I was like, wait, that guy? I also love that guy. So I had to collect both. So we have all of the eras besides this current era complete. So here are Youth in the Shade with a pop set. And then Melting Point. And then I really loved Yura Yura, so I did collect 2 of their cards. Oh, I guess 3 sets of their cards plus a unit for that. I know this card is not the same, but it's fine. It looks good, and I just don't care to go back and find the regular one. And then we have You Had Me at Hello. They did start getting like a bunch more versions, which made it like a little bit more difficult, but we did manage. And then I have a pop set at the end here. And then we have Blue Paradise. And I don't have Matt's keycap. That's like the only thing that's not technically complete, but I do have Jiyoung's, which I count as like a definite win. So my pop sets for this. And then for the new era, I've decided to collect 2 cards per guy per version, because each guy has 4 cards per version, and that is just simply too many cards, guys. So we have our icon page, ordinary page, slam dunk, and then I do have one of Jiyoung's digipacks. And then back here, just a few extra cards that I have for both of them. So that is it for ZB1. So this binder holds Boy Next Door and Team. So I collect taesan from Boy Next Door. I have a complete collection up until this most recent era. So we have the first few eras. These were the most difficult to collect. Nowadays it's easier, but damn, at the beginning it was, because I was back collecting a few eras, it was a little bit difficult, but we did finally manage it. I don't really collect extra things for taesan except for like maybe a pop if it fits like in the layout. I do have like a few Target cards that I have acquired like somehow. I loved this era because the backs look so good, especially with when it's on a spread like this. And then we have No Genre, the red hair. Love that we got some cards for that. And then yeah, only card I have from this is actually his Target card, which is kind of crazy, but I did pull that in a Target copy. So we'll work on this next year. And these are just like the few extra cards. Basically they're Japanese because I think I just was gifted them like in sets. I forget how I got that, but anyway, that is taesan. And then back here we have Nicholas from and Team. So Nicholas, I just tried to collect roughly like 2 pages per era. I love Nicholas. I say it every time. If you guys have watched me, you would already know, but I have stanned him since Island. I was so excited. I watched Island live. I watched and Audition basically live, like within the week that it was airing. And I just love him. So proud of him. He's so amazing. And I wish I could like collect more in-depth and Team, but just with the other groups I collect, I can't. But we have debut era. They just only had a few cards for that, so just 1 page. But then for all the rest of the eras, I try to have 2 pages, and sometimes it spills into like 2.5. And there are some of the cards I don't have, like some are just really crazily expensive, and that's good, you know, slay for Nicholas, but not for me. So he just has some really good cards. He's so talented. Oh my god. They're so good. Oh. Yeah, I put a few extra units on the back there. And this most recent era, which actually is not their most recent era anymore, but it was for a while. And then I set up to collect at least some cards from the new era. And then we just have like 2 extra cards back here, which again, I just was given in like sets when I bought Amarcard Japan. All right, those are these 2 guys. I feel like when you guys see the boys I collect, there is like a type. Let me know if you agree. But I think that like this binder, like they're starting to be a type, right? Okay, next we have my echan collection from Doc B. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm obsessed with Doc B. Like you guys already know. If you watch any of my videos, you already know, hopefully. And hopefully you have listened to their music. Their music is like my favorite music in K-pop. I'm obsessed. And I saw Doc B last year on tour in October. And I did not have a bias before that. Like I had always collected their albums since like 2021, but I didn't even know all the members. And then when I saw them on tour, echan, like, I can't explain to you guys what I felt. When I saw that man for the first time live, I was like, oh no, I am falling really bad. And I'm obsessed with him ever since. So I have a complete collection for him besides the new era Emotion, which I'm very proud of because a few of these early era cards were very, very challenging to find. But I got pretty good deals on a lot of them actually. So I've managed to hunt down the good sales. But we have, luckily they don't have a lot of cards, but we have all of his album cards complete. And this Ever version on the back. And then they just have 2 cards for this next album, so it won't be too hard for me to collect. And then I just have some Pobs back here because I think his Pobs are just so adorable. And I just pick up some. I left spaces here because I have to keep shifting. And I'm sure I'll have more cards from those eras later. But oh yeah, just like so freaking cute. And then some of his peak time cards. And then some tour cards. And like merch. And then fan club type stuff. Fan con, White Day. And then 2 cards from their second Japanese album. And that is it for my echan collection. It's small, but very mighty. Okay, next we have extraordinary heroes. One of the things I will definitely notice when I look back at my old videos is this year I worked really hard to make my collection look like nicer and to have them in like good quality sleeves and binders that I really like and things like that. So I'm very proud of the progress we made for that. Oh, here we have extraordinary heroes. I'm going to say about every group, but I really love extraordinary heroes. I think they have really great music. I missed them on tour this year because I bought tickets and then I had to go to the beach with my family. Not had to. I wanted to, but it just conflicted, so I had to sell them. Next year, next time, please. I really hope they come back to DC because I was so excited they were coming to DC and then I couldn't go. I have almost a full collection. We're missing 2 early era cards. So we need this Jungwoo, but we have most of their other cards complete. A few of these cards were also a little bit crazy to track down, but we have a Pop set here. Extraordinary Heroes does do like very similar concepts, which like sometimes is okay, but other times they make you collect a lot of cards that kind of look the same, but it's fine. This era leads into this next era. This is a Pop set as well for troubleshooting. This is the other Jungwoo I'm missing. But yeah, a lot of these cards looked pretty similar, so I struggled a little bit to find the right ones, but at least they give us full member sets in the Nemos. Like, that's really nice. And then, oh, this era though, I know a lot of the cards were similar, but they look so good. So I decided to make a spread because, yeah, they're just like, I just thought it looked good this era. I don't know why I did it for this era, not other eras, but. And then we have Beautiful Mind. Gonna look so good on these cards. Oh, yes. And then that also leads us with these 2 Pop sets into the most recent era, Love to Death. And I have a few cards, so yeah. There are Nemo cards. We need some platforms still. And just like a few merch cards at the back. Not many, but yes. All right, that is it for Extraordinary Heroes. Okay, we're just keeping with the same theme colored binders for, I think this is the last one I have that is this size of this color, but we have my Jungkook from BTS collection. I finished this collection this year. I finished it technically like as he was coming out of the military, which I was very proud of. I have a few bigger inclusions that I'll show you guys later that like, I feel like I won't count as photo cards, but they are like his random inclusions from some of the albums. But yes, here we have all of Jungkook's cards. Very curious to see what they end up doing this year, especially. I mean, we know there's a tour. I think when I post this, we'll probably know more, but just like in terms of album inclusions, you know, like what are we gonna do? It's just, they haven't been in this era of like Nemos and platforms and like, I mean, they have been releasing solo music, but they just didn't do that stuff for the solos really. I have these 2 cards to fill in this space, which are from his Me, Myself, like photo book thing. But then we have his solo cards, and I did get a few Pobs, which are some of my favorite cards that I own now. They're so cute. And I put this here because it fit the best. And then we have just all my other BTS cards. So these are just all my pulls from all of the solos in age order, and then obviously like solo release order if they have multiple solos. These are just all my pulls. And then my other pulls from, because I own every BTS album and most of them I did buy new. So we do have like my extra pulls, and I don't pull Jungkook like really at all. So this is from their 2019 memories. And then I bought this echan when it was released like 5 years ago. I have the vinyl, so those are the vinyl cards. And then this one, Season's Greetings, that I bought. And that's BTS. We'll get to put something else in here this year, which is very exciting. Next is my GOT7 / male soloist like collections. So at the front here, we do have my GOT7 cards. So this is a work in progress, but I do want to collect a few cards for my 3 biases for the GOT7 album. But then I did collect my top 3 for Winter Heptagon. And then I joined a bunch of group orders, so I did get a bunch of really cute Poms. And then I saw Yugyeom and JB on tour this year, so I have Yugyeom's Trusty VIP. Like I think there were like 12 you could get, but this was from the pack that I bought. And then JB, I did buy the Photocard pack for Reload also. And I got 2 VIP cards, which are these 2. And then we have some JB unit solo cards. Finished this page of 6 this year, which was very exciting. I also finished this page this year. This is Yeonjun Trust Me, which I just collected 3 cards and 3 pobs. And then I set up to do the same thing, or like a 6 pocket page for his new album. And then I do own a bunch of GOT7 albums. These are just my pulls from all of the other albums and like the solo albums that I own. Next, we have my BI collection, which I find very prized. I am missing 1 singular card, and I literally ask every time I flip through this if anyone has it, because I cannot find it anywhere. But we'll get to that in a second. We have the Waterfall album, which is flawless album, one of my favorite Kpop albums ever. So we do have all the cards for that. Now we have Cosmos here, and then Lover Loved part, that's part, is this part 1? Yeah, part 1. Plus all of the random Joker cards you get for that. And then we have To Die For, which is the 1 singular card that I'm missing. It's very, very stressful. And then we have Lover Loved Part 2. And then we have his new album, so I need a few cards for Wonderland. But I did get this lucky draw set when I bought my GOM Bought Us, a signed album. So very excited. I also got his LP recently, so I'll be able to put that in soon. And then just some extra merch cards, like his Lightstick card, his Season's Greetings from a few years ago, and this photo book he did for Esquire? Anyway. And then I bought this Tasty PC holder because I freaking love Tasty and it was not on an album, so. And then we have my woodz collection, which is really just, I want to collect like pages for him. So I own all these albums, which is how I've got most of these cards, but I do want to fill in these spots a little bit more. So we have Love Me Harder, and then we have Bump Bump or Whoops, and then Set, and then Only Lovers Left. I used to have him in a A4, and so all these collections were complete because it was in a 9 pocket, and then I moved them to these 6 pocket pages, so now we need to collect more, but that's a good thing. And then we have Colorful Trauma, and then Uri. And then I also bought his tin case from his tour he did before he enlisted. So this is the set of cards that you get in that. And that's it for the male soloists. Here we have my Jungwon from Enhypen collection. This collection I'm very proud of because I started off this year with like a partially complete, but in my brain I was like, I'm good with collecting this much. And then I decided to back collect everything else I was missing, which I did manage to do. So he is all set because we have not had the new era yet. So technically he is still fully finished before that era comes out. But we do have our debut. And then we have, oh my God, what was this called? Dimension Dilemma. Then Dimension Dilemma. And then Dimension Answer. And then we have Manifesto. The red hair, so gorge. And then Dark Blood. We have like a pob down here. So is these 2 are pobs, I think. And then Orange Blood. And then Romance Untold, which I loved this era so much that I also collected the other members for their like member versions. So we do have, plus the Weverse that you get in all the albums anyway. And then we have Romance Untold Daydream. And then we also, because it fit better here, I have the Memorabilia album, which is so, like, guys, oh my God, Criminal Love, Fatal Trouble, just the peak of Enhypen to me. So good. I love all Enhypen's music, but I love that album so, so much. And then we have our most recent era, which I have completed. I don't have the keyring card, but I'm not counting that because we do not need to. And for this era, I actually bought some pobs. So we do have some pobs back here. And we also have all the other members for the Weverse again. And these are my few Japanese cards I have for Jungwon, plus just a few merch cards. So next we have TXT, so I collect Yeonjun. And then back here we also have my miscellaneous and Hypen cards because they fit better in this binder. But we do have Yeonjun. I collect all of his like regular photocard sized items. So not like the first few eras that were like the big ones, just starting from this album. We have a few pobs like sprinkled in here, just a few. But here are our first few eras. I'm working on double sleeving my Meow Cafe photo cards that are in popcorn sleeves because it works better if they're double sleeved. So Yeonjun is like the first one I actually like finished that with this year. We have another Pob here. Oh, he's really got some iconic cards. These Weverse cards though, they gave me a lot of grief, so I'm really glad I'm done with those. We have Sanctuary, and then we have Sanctuary into like Sanctuary Pobs into his gum release. And then this is our progress so far on this current album. Someone gifted me this Pob, which is really nice. And then I obviously will collect his solo albums. These are just my, this is my setup. And these are the few like album versions that I have got so far. And then we just have our other members. So all the other pulls that I have gotten. And then I did buy Bomgyu's album, his single. So those are the cards you get in Panic. And at the back here, these are my extra and Hypen cards because the Jungwon binder is not big enough to fit all of these. Jake is my second bias, so there are a good amount of Jake cards in here because I cannot give him away literally ever. And then, sorry guys, these are sliding. This is why we need to double sleeve them. But this is the merch, first clothing merch drop they had, like right when they debuted. I bought a few shirts. Then their first season's greetings. And then some group cards, and then just some extra Jake cards. Yeah. All right, next up is Piwon Harmony. So I usually do my alt groups towards like latter halves of videos, but since this is this size binder, I'm going to do it now. I collect intak from Piwon Harmony, and earlier this year, he was complete up until the most recent era, but I decided to go and back collect like a few more concept-y photo cards that I had not done previously. So he's a little bit less complete now, but I'm still very proud of this collection because some of these cards, like a few of these early era cards, were a little bit more expensive and difficult to find, but we do have. I also recently put him in this binder because I've expanded to collect some OT sets, and the 6 pocket is obviously perfect for that, and his cards fit pretty well actually, so I'm pleased with that. So we have a few like clear cards and like the standee concept cards for some of these eras that I do not have yet, but he was complete in my brain before, so we're not too far off. I usually put Pobs in a different binder for him, but sometimes I sprinkle them in if it makes sense, like with the vibes. And then we start on to Killin' It, where they just had so many versions. It like jumped, and they jumped in popularity, which was great, but there were a lot of versions, especially these cards were really annoying to find. I'm missing a Digipack card, which I realized when I was setting up to expand. And we have the unit cards that he is in. And then we have the Nemo set. And then we have Sad Song. So I organized these kind of by like vibes. This vinyl card, oh, it took me like 8 months to find that card. We finally did it though. So we have the rest of Sad Song. I put some of the like US and UK exclusives down here because they matched really well. This is also a Pob, but it fit well again in this. And then we have all of his units again. We have the US exclusive set for all of them, and then also the Nemo set, which I double collected for intak because it made sense in the binder. And this is where I collected OT for a whole era because I ended up joining some fan sign attempts and Pob sets and things, and with inclusions, I managed to collect like everyone almost immediately, so it was really easy. So we have all the cards. Besides, I want to collect a Digipack card per member, so we do need 2 more of those. Someone is sending me this, which is so nice, so I will have this Jiung to complete the IDs. And these are their Nemo cards for this. And then all the other intak cards that I'm not collecting for the other members, like all the other Nemos and the Plave and the plain white tea version and his other Digipack. Oh my gosh, there was so much. And we have his units back here too. These stickers came in the plain white tea version, but I thought they're really cute, so I included them in here. US exclusives. This is the fan sign that I ended up winning to talk to intak. So these are my 6, because I bought a set of 6 albums. So those are all my pulls, or my Pob set. And then for X, I am trying to collect all the members, but I did get this intak. So technically intak is done at least. And then at least I'll get intak's 2 units, and I'm just gonna like fill in with other members, I think. But this is the US exclusive and set for this era, and we are almost done with that as well. So that is our main Piwon Harmony binder, but this is also my second Piwon Harmony binder, but it is just like my intak extra stuff. So all my extra pops I have acquired for him. Starting with Killing It, because that's when I started like actually collecting like a lot of albums and stuff, but these are the pops I have for this. Very lucky to have this gold card. Thank you so much to You Know Who You Are who helped me get that. And I'm hoping to fill in these slots with some extra pops from whatever era they're in. So we do have some cute, this is a broadcast card, literally so funny. Their cards are so funny. And then this era for X, there were just a lot of the same cards. So if I can get the vinyl, then I'm set and I'm just going to be done with that era now. And then we have some tour cards. And then back here we have all the other members, my other pulls for them. So here's Kihyun, Taeyo, Jung. Love Jung, so I got a bunch of cards for him. Soul. And Jongsum. Whoops. And then the other units or like extras that I just like, if anyone wants these, please let me know, but I just keep them back here. And group cards. Okay, that is it for Piwon Harmony. I love them so much. Like they became an ult this year because I just think they're super fun and I love what they're doing in K-pop and how they perform and just like the effort they put into all their stuff. It just like really comes through and they're so funny. Like their tour was one of the best tours I saw this year, like hands down. It was amazing. So I love them so much. Okay, we were stopping in this binder because this binder holds basically all of the inclusions or extra cards for all of the groups that we have previously seen, but they're like extras and they fit better in an A4 binder. So that's long-winded, but we have a lot of groups in here. So Piwon Harmony, this is their Lightstick Pop photo card set. They just don't fit in the slim fit pages that intak is in. So we have the set here, and then I do have some intak bigger inclusions. And it'd be really fun, I feel like, to collect all of these for all the members. So I almost have everyone, but obviously not quite. If anyone has any of these, definitely let me know. Same with these. This year was finally the year I started like paying more attention to my bigger inclusions. So I hope you guys will notice that in this. I'd love to collect all the members for these too, but we have those so far for X. Same with this. And then a few more intak like posters. And then we have, this is like alphabetical, but then Piwon Harmony's at the front. Maybe because they're like my alt group in this binder. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, we're at Boy Next Door. And again, another Lightstick photo card set. And just the few extra cards I have for Boy Next Door for my pulls that I didn't trade away. Sorry, there's some dog hair in these. I really try to like get it out of here before I show you guys. And then we have some taesan inclusions. And I kept Liu because it's so cute. And then we have Dokbi. So I have the most Dokbi cards and I have the most sets for them. This is their Lightstick set. And then their Dark Strange Tour photo card set. And then Season's Greetings from 2 years ago, which I didn't even buy, but I did buy this like secondhand, these sets, because I thought the concept was so fun. And then the previous year of Season's Greetings. So 2025, like technically. And then all of my extra cards for all of the other members, because I love all of them so much. And I've been buying their albums for a while, so I pull and keep everything. And then just a few extra pobs and like extra benefit cards and stuff back here. And then just some extra echan stuff. And then they have a lot of clear cards and circle cards that I don't collect for echan, but I have the rest of the members and some echan in here. And then for Extraordinary Heroes, they give you like full member sets in all their Nemos. So I put the other 4 members in here, which so far has worked out like really nicely. Looks really good. And then this merch set that I bought, because I bought these devil horns, or I bought the Lightstick cover or something, I forget. And then just my extra pulls and group cards and these like player cards. And then the most recent era, I did manage to collect a few Jungsu and Gunil things, and we have this ode here as well, but these postcards are literally crazy. Like, oh my god. And then we have both of Gunil's posters, which is fun. And then ZB1, I just have 2 member sets, the light stick set, and this is the one you got in the Nemo, so that's why Matt and Jung are in here. It like works better. And then a few Matt and Jung inclusions. And then Anteam, just my Anteam pulls, and then just a few of my Nicholas inclusions. Okay, that is it for all of these groups so far. All right, we're gonna move on to my girl group collection. So I do collect Yeji from a.c.e, and her collection is very close to being complete, besides the new era, obviously, but we made some really great progress this year. So we do have her first several eras are all complete. And I just have a few units of her. If she is in them and I have pulled them, I keep them, but I don't really like strongly collect her unit cards. Oh, I just like, Yeji is someone who I feel like I look up to her a lot, even though I am older than her. I just think she is such a confident, like, amazing woman, and I just idolize her in like a very positive way. I feel like I just think like I love how she approaches her job and her performance, and I just think she is such a queen. Like, truly, I'm so proud of her every single day, and she had an amazing year this year. Ugh, I got this card this year. Oh my god, thank god. We're struggling with gold. We really are, but it's okay. We have 2 more cards coming for that, so I think we might be able to do it, guys. I think we can. And then I made really good Girls Will Be Girls progress this year, so I'm missing 2 cards. But everything else is complete. Maybe like a few OT5 sets there, and then this is just my progress for the most recent era. I joined a group order, so I have a lot of these on the way, which is exciting, but I bought a few pobs at a Kpop store because I couldn't resist. So, and we just have a few like merch cards for her. So that is all of her like itsy stuff, and then I do have her solo release in here, which is complete except for 1 singular card. But we have Air. So proud of her. It was such a good comeback, and everyone I feel like really loved and supported it, which was so fun to see. So yeah, this polka, this is the last card I'm missing. And then I did join some group orders for this. So I have some POMs, which is super fun. I'm joining group orders from now on for itsy. Like, I love my gom. So she is based in the Netherlands, so not close to me at all. But I feel like a lot of my goms are not based in America. A few are, but I choose ones that I trust the most. And that just happens to be ones that don't live here sometimes. If anyone needs any gom recommendations for a lot of these groups, I usually have one, so definitely let me know. But then we just have my extra itsy cards, so all the other girlies. And then extra benefit cards for them as well. And then our extra unit cards. And that is it for itsy. Okay, next we're getting on to Twice, which, speaking of women that I look up to a lot, Twice, like, and they're literally like the exact same age as me, like some of them, so, but I'm so proud of them all the time, and I'm obsessed with basically literally every single one of them. I collect misamo. For the first set of eras, I collect Mina and Momo. Momo is my main bias, and I literally love my girl so much, but I think I will expand to collect Sana next year, because why not? Like, why have I not done that already? But we have see, like, I have a few Asana cards. I have a few that you'll see later anyway. But here are our first. I got these 2 cards. This card this year specifically, this was given to me in like a bundle, but this card I got this year, which was really exciting. And yep, all these cards are fully complete. Misamo as a whole unit is like complete except for the most recent era that we're in right now, which is very exciting. Okay, that's the first binder. And then our second binder, so we have Asana has entered the group here in my collecting, So I love, this is when the cards get really freaking cute, guys. This is like why I started collecting this era forward, and then I decided to back collect Momo. Then I decided to back collect Mina, because Mina became like a very strong second bias. And then I was like, next step is for me to collect Sana. So we're going to do that next year, or technically it's now 2026, but you know. And then we have our next era between 1 and 2. My first pop set for them that I bought. Oh, it's so gorge. And then we just have a few units, so we have some of the other girlies represented here. There are target cards. And then with youth, this was so fun. I bought a set of Nemos, and I pulled each of my biases in every single Nemo. It was so like hilarious, and so that's why I have them like this. I'm not collecting all of them because like that was too perfect. Like it was iconic. Oh my gosh, love. Okay, then we started to get like some more extra cards and stuff. This is also a Pop set, actually technically two because it's Target, but also this, I don't know what store this is, but really cute. And then Strategy Pop set here. Oh, these cards were kind of difficult, but we finally managed it. And then a Pop set and a merch set, which were just no notes, absolutely no notes. And then we have this is 4. I have the Target cards at the bottom to match that concept. Finished this in my most recent storing photo cards video. And then here is where I got some more Pop sets, and they're literally so freaking cute. Oh my god. And I bought these Minas on a whim, so we do have some more Momo and Sana to collect, but that's okay. And then we have our most recent era, so here's our progress for The Story Goes On. And then I have a few extra cards back here. I have like small collections for some of their trading cards, like Once Again, and then Home Ground, and then I forget, this was from like the Japanese tour, right? And this is from their most recent fan meet, which I joined a group order for. So that is it for Misamo. But then I also do collect all of the subunits and units for them. For Misamo, as everyone knows, is a little more difficult to collect them. So I am pleased with the things I have. They are having a release this year, so we can get some more stuff this year. But these are my cards that I decided to buy from Masterpiece, with just some unit cards in the middle. And then from Haute Couture, we have this set of cards, very gorge. And these like came like in albums I bought, and then I did get some units, and this is from their like a few of their Japan tour stops. And then we have the rest of the girlies. So we do have Nyan, so I have all of my Nyan first album cards. This is clearly in like release order. So then we have Jihyun. A few of these cards were weirdly also difficult to find, but I finally did finish this. One Pop, which is so gorge. And we have Nyan's second album, which fit really nicely in these 6 pocket pages. Thank you, girl. With some other Pops here. Yes. And then Chewy. And these are our Pop sets for Chewy. And then for Chaeyoung, I literally in my last storing video was like, I'm collecting not quite all of her album cards, but almost all of them. And then I decided I'm going to collect all of them. So we will be expanding this literally like in this year. And then we also have a few benefit cards for her. All right, that is it for my smaller size choice binders. But we do have one last choice binder, which is this A4. And we have all of our group cards. Sorry, there's a little glare in here. Sorry, Nyan. We have their group cards in here, like their full sets, I mean, and their Pop sets, and then extra cards. So you'll see we have light stick cards, and then Season's Greetings from 2 years ago, and then their DVD from this tour, and then I have a few monographs. So we have their 2 monograph sets that I own. And then I want to weirdly, I want to expand these because I for early eras, I don't have all the Pop sets, which just why don't I have that? It's because I just bought the albums later, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, everyone has seen these cards a lot of times. So And I kind of want to get the Nemo sets for these as well. But then we have all of our unit and group cards. And then back here, I just have my extra cards for each of the girlies. So we do have my Nyan pages. And then Jungwon. And then these are the Sanas that we're starting with. So we can start off our Sana collection next year. I have a few Jihyos. I give a lot of my Jihyos to my best friend Rachel because Jihyos is her bias. So I don't have a lot of Jihyos, but we have Dahyun. And then Shay. And then Chewy. And then back here, I want to expand this in this 2026, but I do have some inclusions for them. So these are just like the pulls that I have of my biases so far. There's some misamo stuff. I got the Enemy album, and these stickers are so gorge, so now I want to collect those. And then just like the other sized things. It'll look better once we have like a full plan, but I did put white pages in here, guys, so I hope you guys are proud of me. Okay, that's it for the girlies. Oh, I love them so much. I'm going to see them on tour. I'm going to see both DC shows. So you will catch me there. I'm wearing Victoria's Secret Momo, so please look out for me. Okay, that's it for twice. Okay, so next we're doing all of my standard A4 sized binders. And this is my NCT binder. So there are 3 kind of like and a half collections in here. And we're starting off with Jungwoo. So Jungwoo is my bias in NCT 127. And I do have a full collection for Jungwoo, and he just enlisted in the military. So we will see him in, you know, a year and a half. But I'm glad I have finished his collection. He is not too difficult to collect, but I think he is like one of the stars of 127. Like, I just think he is so, so amazing. So we do have all of his album cards. And then this last page is just some pobs because he's so cute. So, and then just a poster. And next we have Jaemin, who probably of all of my NCT biases, Jaemin is like my top bias, but he is also my dream bias. So I did complete his collection this year, literally in the last video, besides the most recent era, but I don't count that because we just got that era. But all of Jaemin's cards. And then we have set up for the new era as well. And these are my extra cards that I have for him. And then next we have Yangyang. I know there's like some stuff going on with Yangyang and his family and NCT and stuff. So I haven't collected him for the past 2 eras, but I have still kept his collection because, I mean, I do love Yangyang. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just leaving it for now. I'm very proud that I have this card because that's pretty difficult to find. But I do have a complete Yangyang collection until big bands. I even have some Japanese cards in here. Yes, that is Yangyang. And then this is my like half collection because this is my, obviously I collected Jungwoo perfume. But then I also am like doing a mini collection of Dojaejang, like not all of their cards, but just like these cards that we have here, which is basically like related to my pulls that I have essentially. So those guys are both in the military. Actually, oh my god, all of them are in the military. True. Oh my god. Cries. Best unit of NCT to me. And then back here, I just have my pulls of all of my solos. So I did get 10 Stunner recently, so we can add that. I also got a Yuta album, so we can add a page for Yuta later. But these are just my pages for each of the members in age order. And then back here, all of my cards that I have pulled. This is 127 to start off. Oh, I forgot that I don't need this page. Well, okay, we can take this out. I was rearranging stuff and I forgot to take that out. And then Dream. I pull a lot of echan, which I'm not mad about. And then Wavy. And then Full Group NCT. And then this is the year I bought their Season's Greetings for Dream. I bought it literally for this set because I just loved this set of cards. They were so cute. And then the like pack of cards you get in one of those walk versions. And my friend got me this like bag that came with this Dream set. And I love candy, so I'm very glad my friend gave me that. And then I don't collect their units, but I just keep, if it's my bias, I'll just keep it back here. All right, that is NCT. Okay, we're gonna do Monsta X next. So I collect Kihyun, and this year I did finish Kihyun's Photocard collection. So we have a full collection, and then I decided to back collect a few unit cards. So technically it's not all complete, but we're almost there. So we have our first few eras here. A few of these kinos were like pretty challenging to find, and I finally found the last few on Pokemarket, which was very relieving to finally be done with those. But this is where I expanded to collect some units. I bought this pop set when they were in the military because I missed them, and it's so, oh, they look so good. And then we have Shape of Love, Reason, and then the units for those. And then our most recent era, which we did finish in the last storing photo cards video. So we have all of Kihyun's cards for the X. And this is like the merch set. And then here are Kihyun's 2 solos. So we have all of his Voyager cards. And then Youth. And then extra merch cards. And then back here are just all of my other Monsta X cards, because these are just all my pulls from all of my albums. We have some MMT pobs down there and here, and then these are the date pobs from this era. I could back collect Kihyun for this, because I have one of his cards. I don't think they have many for the US versions, like releases, right? But these are my US pulls, and then they're all their solos. They're all mixed in. It's just based on release order, and this is like a merch card, but Minhyuk doesn't have a solo, so this is his representation solo photo card. But we have I Am, we have Shoni Hyungwon, we have Juhan, and then we have I Am again. And I also bought this magazine he was in, so that's where that card is from. And extra units that I can't get rid of because they're really truly so cute. And I do have some Kihyun inclusions back here, so we do have some posters and then postcards. So I do want to collect all of these. I need one more, and I'm going to collect all of these. So I think I have the other 2 on the way, I think. Not sure. And then, yeah, just some other stuff. Definitely not like a full inclusions collector for Kihyun at all, but okay, that is Monsta X. They're gonna go on tour this year, hopefully. So hopefully I will see them again in person. All right, this is my RBW binder, and actually One Us now will not be under RBW soon, but I have my One We and One Us collections in here. So at the beginning, these are like 2 of my oldest like biases in K-pop. So we have Leedo, who means a lot to me. I literally named my dog Leedo. My dog is named Leedo after this man. And this year I got to tell this man that, and the reaction was priceless, like 100% worth it. Anyway, we have a full Leedo collection, besides his solo that we'll see at the end. And I just sprinkle the pobs in here if I have them. So a lot of these pobs were actually gifts from one of my friends, which was really nice. And this is his solo, so I do need one more photo card from that. And actually there are a few more pobs I could collect, but these are the album cards, and these are 2 pobs I have. And then the concept cards from that polka. And then just a few Japanese cards at the back. And next we have Giuk, who is my bias in wonwoo, and I'm also very proud of this collection because a few of these cards are very difficult to find. So I have had people literally all over the world helping me find these. And they are complete. I say it every time I'm in here, but when we have the best photo card backs in K-pop, I am obsessed with them. Like, look at them. They're so fun. And then we have like the subunit release here. And this is where we started to get some benefit cards. So I put them into each era. Literally all these benefit cards look exactly the same, but it's fine. He just took wore one outfit and took a bunch of selfies, which I understand. And then for this era, I have his album cards, and I think I just got in the mail his set of polkas, so that will be all done soon. And then we also have his solos, so I have a complete spread for turnover plus some benefit cards on the side. And then same for this second release. He actually had like a whole like platform, and I also have all of the cards back here. And these are extra cards for each of the groups. So we have some One Us merch stuff. Missing that Xion. And then just my pulls from all of my wonwoo albums. And this random benefit card set that I have from Binary Code. And then same thing, all my pulls from wonwoo. As you guys can tell, it's hard for me to part with the cards if they're not my bias. I'm collecting these because I basically had all of them already. And my friend is sending me this, which is nice. And this is their light stick set. And then also I saw them on tour this year. And so this was the pop set that you could buy at the concert. And I got to meet all of them and take selfies with them, which was super, super fun. And then we just have some inclusions. We have some leedo inclusions. And extra wonwoo stuff. And then same thing with giuk and just wonwoo in general. Yes, all right, done with this binder. We'll see what wonwoo does. Like, leedo has to go to the military soon, and also wonwoo are leaving RBW, so we'll see what they have in store for the next year. Okay, we have my biggest binder. This is a 4-inch for ace. We have some freebies here from my group manager because I love her freebies. They're so cute. But this collection is complete except for a singular card. So we will see that in a second. But we have Butterfly Fantasy, which is like my biggest pride and joy ever, are all of these cards together. Ugh, Ace also are like kind of not a full group right now. So a lot of these groups have had a bunch of changes this year. But this year was actually really crazy if you really think back. We have Higher. I'm missing this one Jiham Polaroid that I bought from someone in August, and I don't think they ever sent it out, which is tough, but so we got to get that again, I guess. We have a Pob in the middle, which is exciting because early era Pob sets for them I find very difficult to find. Same with units in the middle there. Changer, Forever, such an emo song, I feel like, for all of the choices. And I got a Pob set, 2 Pob sets for this last page. And then here's where echan wasn't in this release, but I did collect everyone else. So my girl is all done. And then we do have the most recent era, which is also all complete. So Pinata, each member had 8 cards because it makes a heart on the back. So I put them in these 8 pocket pages. And then all of the platform cards, I just put in 5 patterns. And then back here, the other card I'm missing is this freaking Junhee perfume card. I will literally never find it. It's the bane of my existence. But I got all the other members, and Junhee is my bias. So, like, what the hell? But anyway, they're very cute. And then just all the other Pop sets that I got this era because I joined a lot of group orders, and also I bought a bunch of cards. This was the fan sign I won, obviously, because that was the card I got signed by Junhee. These cards, oh my god, guys, what are we doing? So funny. And then we are at my like miscellaneous cards. So these are my early era cards for mainly it's my biases because like that's who I acquire, but we also have a few extra, cards back here. It's by age order, so. And then all of my pubs. Oh my god, I'm going to see Junhee in a few days. And I need to bring a photo card for him to sign. And I need to figure out which one. But here are all my Junhee pubs. I might just bring this one because it's from the most recent era. But I have my Jiham cards. And then Wow, Jungwon, and Yeonjun. And then more Yeonjun. And then we have merch stuff. So this is from, I think it was their light stick or it's a merch drop. I can't remember. And this is from the sweat set you got from the Down release. And Wow was not in this release, but it fits perfectly into then the My Girl. You got like a tin case like photo card set and they had 3. So they all like worked well together like this. And then we have our tour set, which I'm very proud of finding all of these cards. So we have a complete set for their Rewind US tour. And then I have the UK one, I have the VIP set, and then I also UK Latma, VIP, and then Lightstick. And then we do have Wow missing for this, but this is just a random collection I started. I just love these supernatural photos so much. And we have their Season's Greetings, which I bought last year. and Japan Fan Club, I'm pretty sure, from last year or something like that. Those cards were freaking cute. And then units, the back. And this is a freebie set from my GOM. And then we do have some inclusions. Oh, right. I did want to collect these My Girl postcards. Okay, maybe this year we'll do that. And these are the postcards you get from the tour. And then all of the Pinata postcards, because I got all the members. And these are Junhee's. I want to collect all of these, but these are the two I have right now for his solo. And then my bias line for this, Photoism, I had one of my friends get me those. And from the tour. Okay, that's it for Ace. I love them so much, and I'm so glad I got to see them on tour. I got to last year see them on tour at KCON and have my Junhee video call, which I thought was like very blessed. And I'm seeing Junhee this weekend, so everything is, oh, it's great. It's great. And I had a video call with Yu-chan. Oh my god, I forgot about that. All right, next we are at 17. So we are at my top 4 groups now. I'm going to show you guys my 17 bigger inclusions first, because this is not like a serious collection, but there aren't that many, so I figured I would just show it. So just quickly, these are just like basically all pulls. Okay, that is it for my 17 inclusions. Okay, so this is my main 17 binder. I call it my wonwoo binder because wonwoo is my bias and the one I collect the most, but actually there are some other guys in here as well, which you will obviously see. So I do have a finished wonwoo collection. Truly, God bless. God bless having this card. Oh my god, truly crazy. Okay, so here is my full wonwoo collection. Yeah, I love wonwoo. I mean, obviously, but I really do, like, I feel like, I don't know, I relate to wonwoo a lot. I appreciate his, like, perspective on life, and here's where you get some Mingyu cards. Bro, hello? This was so early on in your years to be doing this. Oh my god, some of these cards were so hard to find. So expensive. Oh my god. Anyway, truly, yeah, I love wonwoo so much, and I appreciate his perspective in the group. I appreciate how much of a realist he is, and I like that he has like different sides to him than you would think if you just were looking at him. Like, he is a multi-layered guy, and that's what drew me to him the most, is just like the other parts of him that you can't tell like just when you're watching him perform. And I mean, I love a rapper, and I love a quiet boy in the corner with big arms. That's usually my specialty, so he does fit that. Yeah, and I did collect Mingyu for this because I needed something to put here, because this ends here, and what else am I gonna do but put a Mingyu set, you know? Like, and I collect all of Mingyu's carrot cards. And then starting with the Weavers for this era, minus Sector 17, but I do collect wonwoo Mingyu and then a third member who is different each time. So I could do that for this era, because I didn't do that for some reason for this one. Probably because it fits so nicely all on one page. So we have Dino here. Welcome, Dino. And then Hao here. And this era, I just collected wonwoo and Mingyu because I was just like, all right, it fits, and that's probably what we're going to do from here on out, so. And then I collected Hanihei. We have just like the extra cards you get in the deluxe and in the like the full group sets. And this era, yeah, I collected Jonghan and Jun as well as Mingyu and wonwoo because Jun was back, Hani was about to go. So I was like, we're gonna send it, guys. And it was actually really fun. And it works again like nicely on because they didn't have very many photo cards per version, so. And then we got DK for the Weavers. Oh my god, the blonde hair, so good. And then our most recently completed era. Yeah, Mingyu is just here all the time now. That's how it goes in my life, guys. That's what happened. He snuck in and then he stayed. And we have June. Oh, Slay June. And then these are my Kinos that I have, plus some US exclusives and Targets, maybe? And then the other Kinos. I don't always collect Kinos, so those are the ones that I have. And then back here we have the subunit, so I do have a complete JXW. The Meg Rachel unit, because it's my best friend Rachel's bias is Jonghan, and obviously mine is wonwoo, so it really worked out for the two of us. the deluxe. What the hell, guys? These cards are so funny. Oh my god. And this is my current S-Coups Mingyu progress, because I am going to collect all of them for this. So we have a lot of Mingyu, and not all of the S-Coups, but we do have a bunch of Pobs, though, so that's fun. All right, that's wonwoo. I'll still call it wonwoo 1, even though there's more than just wonwoo in here. But this is done besides CXM. What's not done is this binder. This binder is my extra wonwoos that I set up to collect more this year, and then the boys distracted me. In all seriousness, that is what happened. But we have some cards in here. These are my special cards, because this keyboard card is so funny. I did manage to get this Carrot Zone card. I traded for him. And I pulled this like US exclusive that you could buy only in albums that were sold at the tour last year. So crazy. But this is for my Pobs. So we only have a few, guys. We just have a few, but it's okay. These Pobs used to be in an A5, which is why I thought some of them eras were complete, but not anymore, because we need to collect 9 now. But it's okay. We have some time. Obviously, this man has the most. I got this card recently. This is one of my more expensive wonwoo cards, but I had to. I was missing him so much, and that album, that concept is so good. And then a few H&B cards. And then back here is what we also were going to work on, and we did not, but these are going to be all the trading cards. I already had these two. Korea trading cards. This is complete because I saw that tour, so. And then we'll have Carrot Land. Yeah, nothing in there. And then Holiday Fan Me? Yeah. And then the DVD stuff, which we will have eventually. 17 Home, 17 Cafe. I do have these already. Yeah. And then back here, I gotta collect Social Club, but then his other photo book cards that I wanted to collect are all done. So Season's Greetings, and these are just like random D-Icon cards. Obviously, I bought, guys, I was hit this year. We had JXW, actually that was last year. And then we also had freaking Mingyu Wonwoo. Like, they know what's gonna sell, guys. And it was me. I bought everything. I bought the full 5-pack so I could get those reverse benefits. And it was a deal if you got all 5, so. And then we have like all the units from all that. All right, that is it for wonwoo 2. While my man's gone. I know he's been gone for a little while, but this year is her year. And then, of course, just like twice, honestly, as you guys see, just like all my other collections, I also have binders with all of the miscellaneous stuff I have. So this is split up by member. And we do have a lot of cards for 17. So these are all of my Scoops cards. I bought his birthday merch. I love using those glasses. We have Jungkook. I bought this because it was really cute, so yeah. Josh. The new era had so many good cards. We have June. Yeah, a lot of June. I bought this because, like, hello. I also bought this. Yeah, I bought this and I pulled one of them. Whichever one. This is a June Pob that I joined a group order for to get that and wonwoos, I think. We have Hoshi. Some Beam cards. I only pulled his units. Yeah, I just pulled the units and then I pulled Uzi cards. So I put the units in Hoshi's section. So Hoshi wouldn't feel like he didn't have any Beam cards. Yep, so those are my Uzi cards. And then we have How. My friend has this photo card right now, so that's why that spot is empty. Bought this card because he looks so good. Yes, slay, sir. And then we have our other Mingyu cards, obviously. And then DK. DK has some really good cards. Oh, yes. We have Seungkwan. And then Vernon, of course. I pull a lot of Vernon. And then Dino. Love Dino. Oh, yeah, I kept so many of his cards from this recent era. And then I don't know why these are in this binder and not the other binder, but these are the postcards that you get in the vinyl. And I put them in here probably because I like the Meow Cafe pages better than my other bigger inclusions, but this should really be in the other bigger inclusions binder, but it's fine. Okay, one more 17 binder to go, guys. All right, so this is our first A4 wide you're going to see, but we'll see many more of that in a few more minutes. This binder looks really full, but it's just because at the back I have all of my A4 pages, A4 wide pages. So this is where I have sets, and if it didn't fit perfectly, like for example here, that's why wonwoo's cards are with his photo cards, because obviously there are 13 members and we have 12 slots. So, but that is from FML Deluxe, and then the units. And then the deluxe for this one, right? Yeah. And then these are like the full group sets that you get in these two copies. I collected the US exclusives for all of them, so we have all the members for that. Same with this era. Those are all the US exclusives too. And then our vinyl, which, yeah, we didn't have everyone for this, but that is okay. And then we have a In the Soup, and then Going magazine, and then a DVD set. 2 years ago, Season's Greetings. This is Nana Tour. I love Nana Tour so much. I still have to watch Nana B&B. And then Nana B&B. I did buy them the merch set though. We did have some wonwoos, which was very exciting. And these are just like random trading card packs that I got. So I bought these randomly at like Kpop stores, and then these are all the cards that I bought packs wise at the tour the last year. And then same thing, these are the ones I got this year. Okay, everyone, that is it for 17. Okay, so we are on ateez next. I'm just going to quickly flip through my bigger inclusions binder. I will probably speed up most of this, but just so you guys can see, I do have some like fan-made PCs here, but they are literally so amazing. We have these two suns, which are iconic, and then we have wooyoung Sagittarius, and then we also have wooyoung's this like photo shoot that he did that was like crazy. So that's really fun. I also have some stickers, and this is from a Pacific purchase I did, and wooyoung's, which we'll see, I have his PCs later, but these are kind of thick, so I put these D-Icon cards back here. But then everything else I'll flip through quickly. Most of this is kind of the same since I showed you guys last year, because I don't like really intensely collect ateez bigger inclusions, so. And then at the back here, these are my like male soloist bigger inclusions, and I actually really love these BI postcards, so I love to store them and look at them because I just think they're awesome, and I love the back so much. And then we have a few Yugyum back here, JB, and then some woodz. And then also back here, I have my inclusions for TXT and BTS, I believe. So these are the Jungkook things that are like album inclusions, but they don't fit in his A5 right now. I have a plan for how to put them in there, but I haven't got the pages yet. And then some light stick, big, you know, big photo cards. And then I loved these and Hypen postcards, so they are in here. And then the bigger TXT stuff. Okay, that is it for this binder. Okay, so for actual ateez, I have 7 binders, but they are all A5 like style. Some are A5 wide like the first 2, but here's my woosan collection. I, at this moment, have a complete woosan collection, which is very exciting, and they are probably having a comeback like any second now, so I'm glad that this is all set and ready to go. So we have all of woosan's cards here. I think I mostly did complete this last year, but this year we got like 1 or 2, I think, extra special, harder to find cards. And I have like a few US exclusives in here. And then I put the other 6 members for the exclusives that I collected, so that's set. And then this one, so there'll be a few more in here as we keep going. So this particular era, I joined enough group orders that I could collect all of their platform cards, which I didn't even like realize until I got my group order in, and I was like, oh my god, I have literally everyone. I have some extras too, and this is that trading card set that you could have bought with the scratch off. And then we also have their work to live cards, and that's where this binder stops. And then now this is our second woosan binder. So this has Golden Hour 2 and Golden Hour 3, I guess. And that's it right now. There are a lot of like misc ateez, like top like other 6 members at the back, and I might have to move them to a different binder because this binder is already a little full. But I love how these cards, I know a lot of them look the same, but they do look really nice when they're on a page together. So getting into Golden Hour, I do have all of the cards. We also have the Chu cards and the heart cards for the other members. And I have this Yeosang. He's just not stored yet, but I collected all the members for all the other 3 exclusives. And then I do have the In Your Fantasy version. And what I did leading into the like big In Your Fantasy, like In Your Fantasy version, is I have their postcards and their stickers. And then we lead into the 4 for this version. So that is it for Woosan, for album cards. And then back here I have some extra cards. These are just pulls. I don't collect those, but I have 2 of Sans, so that's fun. And then just some photo book and DVD cards and things for the other 6 members, because you'll see I have Woosan in a different binder for these. Some trading cards I bought, and then I was able to collect all of the like purchase benefits for the tour. And oh, that's these were from that like Mito like pack thing. But then I also collected everyone for all the trading cards for In Your Fantasy. So that is all done now, which is awesome. And then there's the extra members that I have back here, and then some extra group cards and these like concept cards. All right, that's it for this binder. And before we keep going into Woosan, I have my like miscellaneous cards for all of the members that are not Wooyoung and San. I actually do have this extra Wooyoung because I have 2 of him, and I just like, I don't know what to do with him, and I don't want to get rid of him, so he just like sits here. But these are all double-sided, but these are arranged by member, and these are just the other cards I have for all the members I don't collect. So things I have pulled and didn't want to trade or couldn't trade, or some pobs that I managed to get that obviously I wanted to keep. I have a lot of Yeosang because I get him in group orders a lot. So yeah, and I claimed him a lot in like during this era. Yes. Then just a few Mingi, and then we do have Jungwoo at the back. All right, that's this binder. Okay, so I have the rest of my Woosan collection in these My Collection binders from Alt Bias. This is my small Japanese collection for Woosan. I don't collect everything for them for Japanese. I just collect a page or 2 pages or a row for different eras. So we don't have a lot in here, but I have to get the newest release now. But I do like to have, you know, like some cards for each era. And then just 2 clear cards at the back. And yeah, that's it for this little binder. The other little binder is all of my just Woosan pobs, which is literally making this binder full because I bought this and did not know how tiny this binder was. But for now, we have all of my Woosan benefit cards that I don't have for San. And I don't have, you know, like the most extensive Wooyoung collection, but I do love all these cards truly so much. And I have a few fillers for cards I want to get, but don't have yet. I just was obsessed with his hair this era, as I'm sure like most of us were, but oh, it's so good. And then back here, we just have the few units I have. I don't have a lot of Wooyoung units, but we have these. And then this is fan made. Literally so amazing. I love that. And then we just have like a few extra merch cards, like birthday and that perfume thing that you got for It's You, the Season's Greetings benefit card. And this is from their big Billboard magazine thing. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for this binder. So this is now Woosan Pobs. So these are all of the benefit cards I have for both of them together. So we have just a few from the earlier eras. Obviously, it's easier for me to collect the newer eras now, but we do have a few. I want to get wooyoung for this because if I ever get san, I then like have to get wooyoung. So I will need to do that eventually. I loved these cards specifically. So good. This set is awesome. I remember buying that set on Yokyo because I saw someone posted it somewhere and I was like, oh my god, I need those. I have like some Target cards and just so many like fan signs and different exclusives. I usually do like san and then wooyoung, but obviously here we needed to have their strings connecting, so.
Yes.
Oh my god, my friend got me this. Oh my god, I totally forgot. I'm so excited. Donya, thank you. She found it for me in the UK. Okay, that's this binder all done. We just have one more. Last woosan binder. This is like merch and stuff, so we do have some DVD cards at the front. And then a few photo book things, and then I don't always buy their season's greetings, but that was last year's. And then some like light stick, tour cards, and then a tour that I have seen them on. So the trading cards, just like the ones I collected for the other members. And then just other In Your Fantasy, whatever that was. And then I am going to collect their trading cards. So I have to back collect the first 2 eras plus a.c.e. Voyage. So obviously we don't have anything for these. And the Calling, yeah. But I joined a group order for that, so hopefully I will get more of their cards later. And then we have ateez, so just ateez that I have for the 2 of them. And then I do have wooyoung's ateez here as well. I guess I could put them in his other binder, but I think we'll just leave them here. I did buy sans of this recently, so we'll be able to make this into a duo set later. I also bought wooyoung's I bought one of these too. And then mighties, which I do want to collect more of because the backs are so cute. I did get sans of this one. So we have a little start. And then Nacific, I have all of their Nacific cards. Honestly, this felt like a short-lived like collaboration. I'm sure it actually wasn't, but it was over like pretty quickly. And then we have the other wooyoung D-Icon photo cards from his like personal D-Icon thing that he did. Okay, that's it for ateez. Okay, so we are at our second to last group. One of my other alt groups, Stray Kids, of course. So I'm going to quickly flip through their bigger inclusions. This binder is actually kind of full. I do have more of a like complete bigger inclusions collections for them, like just for album related things. This is from their District 9 DVD, so I just keep it at the front here. Go live in life, but I have a few, this bigger Han No Easy inclusion. And then I do have all of the members for all of these like sized things for several eras. And then I do have to work on a few of them, but all these eras are all complete, which is really nice. So I need to finish work on Rockstar. I do have like, I'll put some other papers in there, but I also want to collect these 8 ones. So, and then we get into like the 3 pocket items. So we have all of the Maxident postcards, some extra things for, was that Rockstar? No, 5-star. And same here. And then I do want to collect these. So I have 3 members right now. This is from the tour. I luckily was able to pull and trade my friend for both of Han's. So those are all the ones I need to get. And then this is complete recently, which is also nice. And then we have all of, these are just all the inclusions you get in these albums. So I love these photos. And then I put them like in rows because it's the only way they could fit in my pockets like nicely. These are from the compact, so I just put these in. And then I want to collect these skizoos. So these are the 3 skizoos I have, Yeonjun, Han, and Jungwon. So some regular postcards. These I will collect as well, so we just have the first 4. Yeah. And then I do have all of these though, which is really awesome. So I didn't have to trade any of these. And then back here, some extra Hanji things. So a few things from Japan and Season's Greetings and Tour and Pacific and album. It gets a little chaotic back here, but at least everything is in here. Some 6 pocket pages. I just got this Dominate DVD, so I just put this in. And then back here, these are replicas, just like fan-made things, but we have replica broadcasts. This is from one of the tours I went on, from the puppy interview, and this Two Kids room. I wonder if someone's gonna do Two Kids room again this year. And then my friend makes these stickers, so I have a few stickers there. This is like a big Han poster. I don't remember what era it's from, but okay, that is all Stray Kids. They definitely need to get into a bigger binder this year. Those like Do It postcards really thickened this. Okay, so we're in Stray Kids 1, and I obviously collect, Han is one of my alt buys, as most of you guys I'm sure know that already. I actually am planning to maybe expand this collection this year, the pre-No Easy, because I collect OT from No Easy onward, but I just collected Hanji for the first, you know, whatever that amount of eras was. But for now, these are all of my Han cards. This has obviously been complete for like several years now, which is kind of why I'm like gonna torture myself and try to expand this collection. But that's all of Hanji, and then we have all the other members. So I feel like people have seen a lot of these cards a lot of times already, so I will not take like too long. But this era I I like kind of collected during the era, but like just post era. Same with Christmas Eve. Like I was starting to get into collecting at this time, but I didn't know too much about like group orders or, you know, like I was on Instagram, so that helped. But this I bought a few more albums for, but I'm pretty sure I had to buy like a lot of these. I think I did trade for all these jewel cases though. I do remember buying like the 6 jewel cases. We have our first Target set. This when Sub K was a thing. Yeah. All the unit cards. And then these little pop-out things. Oh, this era was gorgeous. I'm sure everyone says that when they go buy these cards. They're amazing. They're stickers. And we have Rockstar. Target set for Rockstar. No, Target set. The Target set was 5. That was 5-star. Now we're in Rockstar. Oh my god. This is from the Nemos. Remember when they gave us a full OT set for the Nemos and that was it? That was so nice. This is the Target set. And then units. Okay, that's it for this binder. Okay, so Stray Kids 2, we start at 8. We had a lot of like different looks in this album specifically. Like actually there's a lot of diversity in these photo cards, which is very fun. Then we had 2 Nemo sets that were random, which just like, okay, they really just like upped that very fast. They change it kind of every era though, which is just interesting. I bought this merch set at a Kpop store when I bought that little collect book it comes with. And then we have unit cards, and I have Hans of this, but I also pulled this extra unit, so I decided to put it in the middle. Then we have their stickers. These are so funny. Okay, we have Hop next. This I organized by like look, you know? So all of this first concept are at the front, and then we had our second, because we only had 2 concepts for this era. Besides the Nemo. And then, I forget what pop set this is. But we have Mang Star. We have 2 pop sets for their solos, which I was really excited about. And then the units. And then now Karma, of course, I don't have. My group order manager will have all of these for a bit, but those are my pulls from the limited. But we do have complete album cards. and accordions and compact. And then again, my pulls are, because I got these 3 numbers. We don't have the concept cards for this Skizoo yet, but I do have all the targets. And this is my, is it Vans Shop Pobs? I think so. The units so far for this. And then obviously we have Do It. That's my one. I pull Chan a lot for the limited in like my album that I buy myself. And then my Gom buys all the other limiteds for me. But we have the regular album cards all done, including the lenties. And this is like that sticker ID set you get. And then these are the units. And I luckily pulled Han's Mirror because I'm just going to collect his. So, all right, that's it for OT album cards. But I do have one more OT binder before we get to Han's binder. So this is extra OT sets that I have, and then all of my extra member cards at the back. So we have this Social Path set and this Hollow set, and then a Nacific one. This is that first DVD, the Maniac DVD, yeah. And then I do want to back collect these the first gen, even though it's Gen 2, the first gen that had like photo cards. But we have the other gens here besides the one that came out for 2025, so I gotta get that. And I guess there's a new one soon. So, and then there's season's greetings. So we have 2021, and then 2022 onward I bought all of these. Like I bought the actual physical season's greetings. Ooh, I need a filler here. Okay. But I have this Han benefit card, which is hilarious because it's literally just a zoom in of this other Han benefit card. But we do have 2 Han cards for that. And then I put the L holder in between the IDs. And then back here, these are just all my extra cards. These are Chris's cards. Very glad I pulled him. I will keep him forever. We have Mino, which are kind of out of order, so just ignore that. Changbin. Just a little page of Yeonjun. And then Felix. Sungmin. And then of course, Jungin. Yes, I love Jungin Pobs, so if I can get an extra member, I will get Jungin for sure. And then these are my extra unit cards and clear cards. And then, yes, unit cards here. I think, do I need 3 more? I like don't know how many cards there are for these unit cards. I should look into that. And then some extra group cards back here. All right, so now we're gonna go on to my really large Han binder. So this is Han. He is in a very big Meow Cafe binder, and I obviously will need to split this up next year. But so for Hanji, I collect all of his pre-order benefit lucky draw fan sign cards. I started collecting at No Easy, but again, I didn't understand group orders. I was back collecting Pobs then, so I don't have a lot of No Easy Pobs, but I do want to get some. I want to get all of them eventually, and I would like to get some previous Go Live in Life cards, but that is for maybe when he's like in the military or something. Like I just will need more time because I do spend obviously a lot of my attention on his Pobs as they're coming up per era, because I have a group order manager who is amazing and she does a fixed slot and she does everything. So I get all of Han's stuff besides like, you know, a random fan sign or something. But I do like back collecting all of those things. So a lot of my money during the era goes towards that. So by the time if they're gonna do less stuff some year, please, like then I will have time to back collect things. But anyway, these are the No Easy cards we do have. Christmas Evil, there's like 11 cards I think total. So I have 9 of them. And then we are complete with Ordinary. I wish that like, imagine if this was like complete for all other eras, like a page, 2.5 pages, that would be nice. But, and then Maxident, I just in my last storing photo cards video did complete this with these cards. So I am incredibly excited about that. So that era is finally done. My goal was to finish Han's Pobs post No Easy before the end of the year, but I can't find some of them. That's literally the only reason that I actually didn't complete this. If I had found them, I would have bought them. Like this YZY Offline, this Cam Station fan sign. It's like the Chinese sites that sometimes are a little bit more difficult to find, because some of them also were in Rockstar now. You get like Polaroids if you buy 2-member, or like enough for 2 members, or I forget how the fan sign Polaroids work, like how you get those, but this era had a lot of looks. But yeah, we are missing several, yeah, fan sign, and like HMV I struggle with sometimes. And then we are in 8, this cursed Walmart card. I will like literally never find it. I should just take out the filler, but it's really truly impossible for me to find. We just need like that and 2 other pops though. They did not do as many like Polaroid style cards this era. And in this era, I think I need like 1 more card. But, oh, am I done? I think I'm done, except there's like a really limited card that when I see it, it's like $200. So we might not get that. But we are in, it's actually now like the second most recent era, but for me storing pops, it's still the most recent era because we haven't even gotten our Do It pops yet. But we have, I kind of organized, as you guys can tell, my photo cards by vibes. I know there's going to be another card that is in this Creed look, so I did leave a spot for that. And obviously, yeah, I left spots here because I just like, you know, put stuff in and then we can always move around later. But that's our progress for Karma, and this is our progress for Do It. It's just the US exclusives, but I'm still pleased about that. So those are all of the benefit cards. And then we have Japan. So I do have all of his Japanese cards besides like those first 2 from the very first album. I don't really care to get those. What, this is why Sangyeon and Jungwon are here. Because these photo cards are so weirdly sized too. I had to like punch out holes in these pages to fit in this binder. But then everything here is actually up to date now, which is very like exciting to say. I just need like 2 more benefit cards for Holo, but I feel like we can still call it a win. And then this is where I want to back collect all of the like Japan photo cards from the tour. So I need a bunch of the earlier eras, but I do have like most of, at least I have the 4 Holo ones. And then I left some room for Dominate Japan. We gotta work on their unit cards, but I do have, you know, like at least most of the most recent era unit cards. Same with these Polaroids. I really do like these. And they recently are doing like a Skiz exhibition that has like 5 Polaroids from previous eras. So I joined my friend's group order for that. And I just noticed in here that it will end off this page, which will be very satisfying. But we have all of his Pacific cards. This is like collaboration stuff. And then Clio and Mahagrid and Furu and Tamagotchi. And I don't collect any of these cards for anyone, even Han, but my friend did sell me this for really cheap. And I was like, okay, fine. And then again, these things are things we need to work on, but all of the polas from all of the tours, this is just tour stuff. Like I just struggle back collecting these because by the time I'm almost done with his pobs, and then obviously you guys know all the other members I collect for all other groups. So by the time we finish that, then it's like we're on to the new era and they've already done their tour and there's a whole another set of stuff to buy. But I am keeping this because I am confident that I can finish this at some point. So like all the photo cards for these are really cute. So I will work diligently. We know we have Dominate, Celebrate. I don't even know what stuff is included in that, but we have his D-Icon. And then the one he did with Yeonjun. And then these are just like stickers and like pop-outs from magazines and stuff. And then all other like ID, non like selfie, you know, like stuff like this I have back here. And these are a few fan-made cards because hello, I had to buy these. Like, are we joking? Obsessed. Okay. Oh my god, that's it for Stray Kids. So we just have our last group, guys, which is the boys, of course. All right, everyone, we are on to the boys. My last collection, but obviously my biggest collection. So I wonder what our photo card count is right now because it's, I think, gonna like double by the time we're done with this. Okay, but this is a collection, obviously, that I've worked really hard on this year. And so many of you guys have helped me, even just not even my, some of you have sent me cards, which I'm so appreciative of, but some of you also have just encouraged me and supported me and watched my videos for this. And I'm so happy and grateful you have done that. This specific binder is a kind of new thing that I'm going to work on in the coming year years and it's their bigger inclusions. I have already bought a bigger binder. Don't worry, guys. I know it's literally so full, but I wanted to test out like binder pages, and then I got too excited. So everything that I have for the boys bigger inclusions, besides a few sangyeon things you'll see in a second, are in this binder. And again, this actually is a shout out. If you have any of these inclusions and you would like to sell me them, please do help me out. So I started at Dreamlike because this is the first random like inclusions that I personally have for them. So I am going to collect their like flip book things. Of course, their postcards. And I also want to collect their clear cards, the reveal postcards and the reveal scratch cards. Obviously the Steeler postcards. And this is organized by era, so my other inclusions are organized by like size of page, but I feel like for this, it should be by era. Obviously the holo cards, I'm so excited for the holo thrilling cards. I do have these. I don't know if there are like more of these. I don't really care about these specifically, but I do have my 2 wristbands that I managed to find in my house. So this is from both my Atlanta stops. I've seen them a few more times, but 2 of the Atlanta stops I have my little things in there for. The Maverick like ID cards. And then the Whisper like bigger postcards. And the Timeless sets, which I think there are 6 per member, so. And then obviously all of the Roar. Oh, the bigger, yeah, I have 2 of these Sangyons. It's fine. He looks great, so. These are just all pulls like so far. And then I will collect the clear cards and I will put white pages in for this, so don't worry. And we can then double side them after I do that. But this is my progress. You can't really see them right now probably, but I do have all of Eric's, so that's nice. And then the tags. Then we're getting into Christmas in August. So these, which I think there are 4 per member also, question mark, not sure. DVD, obviously you get these postcards in each DVD, and I own all the DVDs, so I do have all of those. Same with these. But then there are this size as well for Watch It, and then also there are several for this album, but I don't know why I don't have any of that other version. I just didn't pull any of them. This is like a printed photo set that I think I bought somewhere. And then the trigger, like bigger. I'm so excited about these Meow Cafe pages because they do fit a lot of these like really nicely. Then obviously Unexpected. I believe someone is selling me this, which is super exciting, this Sangyeon. But again, like I think I say every time I go in here, I do need this Changmin. This like eggplanty color. I do need that Changmin. I can't find him. And then our most recent era, so I do have all of those stickers complete, which is very exciting. I bought Younguns of this, but I do still need Changmin and Eric, and I am really struggling. So if anyone has those 2 or sees anyone selling them, please let me know. But we do have complete bigger inclusions for these because I actually do have, so we have all of the foldouts for the Flow version. Someone is selling me Hyunjae's. I think I just got it last night. And my other friend is trading me Changmin's. So once those come in, we will officially have everyone. But I'm obsessed with these postcards and how good they look in this binder. And then I also collected all of the posters, which is honestly what is bulking up this binder. But all of the posters, because I think they're so good. Truly, the looks. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like look through this all the time. I just am so pleased with it. And they have some bigger things. So we do have like our bigger things from our new shot and the B-Zone, like whatever that photo book thing was. These are my pulls. And then I did buy this L holder like set with printed photos one time for Nectar. So we have all of them here. And then I will also put white pages on the back of this, but these are the benefits you get from this DVD, and I have all the numbers for that. And then I have Sangyeon and Eric for these because I bought these on my tour last year, or I guess 2 years ago now, technically. I would love to collect these hollows, actually. That'd be super fun. And then we have the B-Land, and then also I bought this on the most recent tour. And this is Japan Fan Club, and these are like really random, like super random things that I have that I don't know what to do with. And then these are fan made, but I literally obviously needed to keep them in here. So obsessed with these. Okay, that is all their bigger inclusions. And then I'm gonna do Sangyeon next. And then we will do all of the other members. So, like all the album cards, obviously. So, this is my Sangyeon benefit card binder. We do need to work on the broadcasts in this year. However, I have obviously made a lot of progress on this collection. I think I need like 5 more pobs to be complete. So if I could finish that, again, these cards I can't find. If I could find them, guys, you know that I would already own them, but I can't find them, and I am sad about it, but we will get there one day. But I do have all of his other broadcasts. They're interspersed in these pages now, like this one, because obviously during these eras, they had broadcast plus pobs. I did finish this page this year though, which was a big feat for me. And I remember this year I also got this Naked Sangyeon, so that was also really exciting. Yeah, but I literally need this with me Polaroid. And this K-Town Lucky Draw. And Love Letter. We are almost done. Are we done? I think maybe I am done with Love Letter. Ooh, exciting. Trigger, we need, I think I just bought one of these cards, but Trigger, I need these 4. I think I bought one of these, but I literally can't find these other ones. It's very frustrating. And then for Unexpected, oh, my little guy, I need this HMV, which is also, like I said, I struggle with HMV for some reason. Really tough to find, but we'll get there one day. Hopefully before he comes back from the military so I can feel accomplished. But that's it for Sangyeon Pob. Okay, Sangyeon merch / non-album / Japan. So this is everything else for Sangyeon, and this I really worked on this year, and I'm very excited. We have made big steps in this collection. So we start off with some showcase and stamp rally cards. Then we have Road to Kingdom. So I need 3 more for Road to Kingdom, but I did finish this part of Road to Kingdom, which are their like performance fits, which are awesome. I need a few more online cards. I do see these, so I can, most of these cards I can find except for just like a few that I'll point out, but I got this card recently. And then obviously Kingdom cards, White Day, Thrilling merch. Then we have the B-Zone, Come On. We have the B-Zone, but like non-Korea. Yeah. And then we start, oh, this is B-Zone Encore. I realized there were a few cards. Every time I go in this binder, I'm like, oh, but I could expand a little bit, until I literally will collect every single card for Sangyeon. But these are the some superstar cards, which I actually bought a few, but truly I had to expand because I realized that I had 3 and they could not all fit on this page. So I had to expand, obviously. Then the B Road. Almost done with the B Road. Then a.c.e, which is done, I think. Then we get into Generation, which obviously takes up the rest of our lives, but we made a good amount of progress this year, especially on these like kind of cards. And then I have Encore, and then Encore DVD. And then I bought one of these the other day, which is exciting. Fantasy Pop-Up Store. And then we get into Zen 2. One of my friends bought me this card the other day, which also was very exciting. These trigger cards I literally never see ever, so good luck to me. And then for the B-Land, obviously we needed this card to be on his own page. Mainly because there are 9 cards that we need to collect plus him, but he obviously needed to be center stage. I have all of his trading cards are with the other members. So these are all the other things. And then we have his FanCon. And then my friend told me one of these is a postcard, so I can rearrange this later, but. And then we have all of his Generation stuff. And this is with the other members, so I need to double collect that. Season's Greetings. We just need a few more pobs for Season's Greetings with his birthday merch too. And then we have some Japan stuff, extra clear and hollow and miscellaneous Japan. And this is other Japan merch. which I did get some of these cards this year, so that is good. And then we have like collaboration stuff, which I did start this year, so we have some nice progress for that. And then back here, because I did not know where else to put these, I don't think I'm gonna like, maybe I'll fully collect this, but it's really hard to find, to like figure out templates for these things, but I just had to obviously keep my like sangyeon specific things somewhere. So this is just like random sang stuff. All right, that's it for sangyeon just by himself. Okay, before we get into our big The Boys binders, this is my miscellaneous The Boys binder that is pobs and extra stuff for everyone who is obviously not sangyeon. We did finish this page this year. This is our Honey broadcast page, so slay. And then this is organized by member, and it in theory would have been by era, but it's definitely not anymore. But these are just extra cards I have for the other members, and some of these will be expanded into OT sets, but for now this is all the stuff that I have for everyone else. And then back here, I just have the extra lenties and QR cards that I have for the other members because I'm not collecting OT for these. So I just keep them back here. Okay, guys. All right, we're moving on to, I'm like kind of stalling, but we are moving on to the big binders now. All right, everyone. So of course, as most of you guys know, we did finish OT 12 The Boys this year, and I was watching we're on a new day if you guys weren't able to tell by the lighting change. So in between the other albums, the other binders I filmed and today, I did watch my flip through them last year, and I had 3 The Boys A4 wide Meow Cafe binders last year, and this year I have 8. Yes, we did expand also Hwall. We added this year, of course. I was not going to back collect Hwall, and then once everything happened with Hangyeon, I was like, if I'm going to keep back collecting Hangyeon, which obviously I am, I should back collect Hwall as well. So I did decide to do that, but let's just flip through. I can flip through and talk at the same time. So I have all of their album cards and the platform concept cards. I'm not going to click the platform QRs, even for Sangyeon. Maybe if I like literally have nothing else to collect, but I feel like that won't be the case. I will start this collection more seriously this year. I did get a Jungwon recently, so yay. And then all of the unit cards from the first 3 eras. And this card is with my friend, so technically I do have it. It's in Europe right now, but I do have it, I swear. These are all done though, which is super exciting. This Hwall is a broadcast card, but Hwall only has 2 cards for this era. Obviously everyone else has 3, so I just decided to put that guy in there. He looks kind of the same. I know he has a filter because that's the broadcast, but anyway. And then obviously here we lost Hwall, so now we have 11 patterns. I have Sangyeon's, you can't tell, but I have Sangyeon's clear card on the back of these because that is where I decided to store him. I also have Sangyeon's lenties on the back of these too. All right, binder 1 done. Okay, so The Boys 2 obviously starts with Maverick. And then Whisper, we didn't have Eric, so now we've moved to a 10 pattern. Even though this Whispered era was like a real pain to back collect, I really love all the concepts and how all the cards look together now. Like now they're all finished. It's very satisfying. Because this is the first era they had platforms for like obviously they reprinted back collected platforms. This is the first era we had them, and they had a lot of extra cards for them. Now we're on to Roar, which also had platform cards, but and then their jewel case cards, and then their Hello 82 cards, and obviously Sangyeon's Hello 82 is in the binder we already saw. Okay, the Boys 2 is done. It's really crazy that a lot of these binders, guys, we're never gonna see again until I do my flip throughs at the end of the year, because they're all done. Okay, so this binder is fantasy, so the 3 fantasy eras, Christmas and August. Oh, the freaking cards are so good. I feel like one of the eras I love the most for photo cards is this era. And then I'm only collecting 1 DVD card per member besides Sangyeon, who will see all of his cards in a second. But I did collect these film strips. Again, just 1 DVD per member. Then this era, we also had this Ever version, which like, thank God we didn't do that again. And then here are Sangyeon's 6 cards from those 2 eras. And then Love Letter, again, some of my favorite photos too. Especially this, I love this set. All of their clear cards. All right, all done with this binder now. Okay, this is Trigger through present day. So Trigger first. Trigger had some amazing spreads. Like they really worked on all doing the same pose for some of these, which is really fun.
All the stickers.
For these more recent eras, you guys may be able to tell, I do have Sangyeon's QRs because I joined group orders at this point, so I did manage to get his in all of those. And then now we're on to Unexpected, of course. They also did like similar looks for some of the selfie cards. Like poses, I mean, you know? Yeah, like this one. These Kiwis, I have these last 2. They're at Neokyo right now. And then I did collect the 3 exclusives you could get. Oh my God, the pop-up cards, crazy, but they're so cute. Okay, and then A Effect, we have all of the album cards complete. The only cards I don't have. I have one of these Changmins at my friend, but this Sonu is lost in the mail. Same with this Kevin, which is just truly tragic. So if anyone has those, please let me know. I'm still holding out hope that it will come, but it was sent out in November. So I'm not sure. It's like halfway through January now. So not halfway, but you know. Okay, anyway, that's it for their album cards. Okay, so those were obviously all the Korean album cards, but now that we're done with those, we will of course back collect the Japanese cards. So I do have mostly just Sangyeon in here. But I do have a few, like there's a few members I just like randomly had. So right now, this is obviously, you know, it is what it is, but we are working on this next year, or this current year. There is one singular Sangyeon that I have at Neokyo that I just like keep buying the wrong card, and so I have to keep going back and buy it. Oh, I want to collect this because I have this Jungwon. I obviously have Sangyeon of this, but he is in his other binder, so I could move him in here, or I could just double collect him, but yeah, this page is the one that I don't have the Sangyeon for. He's at Nyokyo. I just like really struggled a lot with this concept. It's just like the looks are too similar to me. Another extra card I want to get for gibberish, and then the units. Okay, so I can't wait to see what this binder looks like next year. Next we have our Pop binder, which is full, classic. But last year I think I had like 2 OT sets, and I don't even know, oh my god, how many sets is this gonna be? Anyway, okay. We have a Thrilling set, we have a Maverick set. I'd love to back collect more for these eras, but we haven't been able to do that yet. I have 3 of these Be Awake because I got them in like a bundle, so I guess I'll collect OT for that. We have a Love Letter. I do have like Sangyeons of this in his other binder, but I might just back collect like an extra to put here. So this is technically complete, this set. And then Trigger is where I started collecting like a lot of group sets. They had some like crazy concepts for this. I've said this like many times, but I do think the boys do the holding the prop the best out of all the groups, because a lot of groups I'm getting a little tired of the holding props. But yeah, like why is this fork set kind of slay, you know? I don't know. I'm obviously very biased, but I do, oh my god, I finished this set this year. Like this set I did not buy as a set, I had to buy individually, and I finished it this year. I pulled these 3 in my unboxing albums. Obviously I got Sangyeon. I think I had an extra, which is also what convinced me to collect this set OT. But this is all complete. It looks so good. So is oh my god, this set, I'm obsessed. We're gonna work on this set this year. And then we have the unexpected ones that obviously we didn't have Sangyeon for. I do have an OT set of this coming. I have these 2 cards at Polka Market as well that I'm missing. Oh, love this set. I do want to get the units, which will be a feat, and these 2 are from a different benefit set, but okay, so for now, this is all the pops we have for OT. And this is our merch binder. So mostly it's season's greetings and membership, but we also have some other things that I have complete, but also I want to expand in the new year. So we have their Echo OST. We have this Dazed set. I want to work on Be Your Own King, because I love Be Your Own King. And my friend sent me, like, I paid for them, but my friend was dropping this OT set, so I have, like, half the numbers for this. Lucky Little Things we will expand in the new year. And then Season's Greetings. So we do have all... And as you guys saw, Sangyeon is in his own binder. I guess I could move him in here. So we could do that. And then Gen Kits, again, same friend sold me this set. So I need a few more members for this. But I do have Sangyeon in here because I've double collected these. But then not here because he's in the other binder. So it is a little bit random, but I do have Sangyeon obviously for all of these. But then he's here. So who knows? I think it's because they had 4 cards, so it looked really nice in like these 4 spreads. And then we just had 1 card set for this one. So what about this year's, guys? Do we know? We don't have one for this year, which I was thinking about the other day. What's going on? And then here's one Japan one. And that Japan one, you got these stickers. And they also had these unit stickers, which is so amazing. I'm truly obsessed. Obsessed. Oh my god. Sunrig? Okay. Anyway. All right. One more binder, guys. One more binder, and then we're literally all done. We're all done. Okay. Last binder is tour stuff. So I do have obviously the set that I got when I saw them for the B Zone. And this is, oh yes, this is Japan the Bee Road. I bought this recently. Really cute. This is Zen QR, DVD, whatever. This is the like sweatshirt or the, whatever you bought, whatever merch you got on the tour, you got a full OT set, which they don't do anymore. So thanks for that, guys. I do have sangyeon of this, of course, but I will double collect this. This is the one benefit set for this tour. But then I do have all of the members' trading cards, so I will expand trading cards this year. Plus the units, plus my VIP photo card that I got, and the IDs I managed to buy. We have this set that we're still working on, but very cute. And then this is from the Zen Encore or Zen 2 like DVD QR. Same with this. And same with this, and this is Encore. I want to expand this collection, so I do have one more of these on the way, I think, right now. And then here we have the Bee Land. So we have all of their entrance photo card sets, of course, iconic. And then all of their trading cards. And then this set you got with some merch thing. This is going to be the unexpected pop-up store one benefit because I have an extra sangyeon, so you know what that means. We collect OTs. So I have everyone's trading cards. This is at Nyokyo, but everyone else's trading cards are here. The tape set, which I really struggled to get. And then we were at the Blaze. So we have the 3 entrance photo card sets for the Blaze in Korea. This is the VOD set. And then the Japan entrance set. And then the new light stick set. And then the US, 2 of the 3 US trading, like VIP sets, because as we know, that third one is nowhere. And then I do have a group order for this, so I only have my pulls so far, but these are the trading cards for the Blaze. And I want to collect the keycaps, so I have one more on the way. And then the very last thing for this is our very tiny ID set from that guitar pick thing from the Blaze. Oh my god, guys, we're literally all done. Let's end on, you know where I'm going. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I thank you so much for supporting my channel and for encouraging me with all my collections, but especially this one. What is our final photo card count, Future Meg? Tell us. What is it? I'm sure it's much more than last year. How could it not be? But again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!